Hello, we want to find the value of x in this simultaneous linear quadratic equation. Now, how do we get x here? Now we start by saying, if we look at this closely, we can make either x or y the solid formula here. So suppose we make x the solid formula. So we're going to have what? X will be equal to 4 minus y. That is from here. Okay? So by the time we say x equals to 4 minus y, so we can call that equation, let's say equation 3, where we have this sort of equation 1 and this equation 2. So now putting this equation 3 into this equation, so that you have put 3 into xy is equals to 8. That implies wherever you see x here now, you put 4 minus y there. So we have 4 minus y, x is now 4 minus y multiplied by y is equal to 8. So the next thing is to expand. Multiply 4 by y, you have 4y minus y times y, that is minus y squared, is equal to 8. Okay? So you can rearrange this to form a very easy quadratic equation. So you can have what? Minus y squared plus 4y minus 8 is equal to what? 0. So in order to eliminate this minus sign, you multiply through by minus. So you have what? Minus times all of this. Minus 1 times all this. You have y squared minus 4y plus 8 is equal to 0. Okay? When you multiply through by minus 1. So that means we can now solve this using quadratic formula method. We first tried if it can be factorized by the normal factorization method. To solve this, if we multiply 8 by y squared, you have 8y squared. Looking for the factors of 8y squared, that is 8 times 1 and 4 times 2. And none of them will give you addition of minus 4y. So that means we cannot factorize this equation. So now what do? Let us use the quadratic formula method. So let's use quadratic formula method. Okay? All right. So using quadratic formula method, we have what? We have y will now be equals to minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over what? All over 2a. Okay? So now, comparing this equation with, let's compare with what? Ay squared plus by plus c is equals to 0, because our variable is y. Y is the unknown value here. So comparing this with this, a will be 1 here. If you compare ay squared with y squared, a is 1. The coefficient of y squared is 1 here. Okay? by with minus 4y, b will be minus 4, and your c will be 8. So that means, by substitution, minus b is minus 4 plus or minus square root minus 4 squared, minus 4 times a. Our a is what? A is 1 times c. Our c is 8. Okay? All over what? All over 2 times 1. 2 times 1. So that will give us what? Minus times minus is plus. 4 plus or minus square root 16 minus 32 all over what? All over 2. So we can write this as can say 4, that is y is equal to 4 plus or minus, okay? Now, square root of minus 16 all over 2. Now with this, we have gotten a complex number, because minus 16 is not a real number. So how do we write this? Now say 4 plus or minus square root 16 times minus 1 all over what? All over 2. Okay? So that can be written as what? Now, note, in complex number, root minus 1 is equals to what? I. So note that in complex number. So root minus I is equals, let me write it here. Root minus 1 is equals to I in complex number. Okay? So now, that means we can write this as what? 4 plus or minus square root 16 times square root minus 1 all over what? All over 2. Okay? So that will be what? Y is equal to 4 plus or minus square root 16 is 4 times I all over what? All over 2. So which will be what? Y is equal to 4 plus or minus 4i all over what? All over 2. So from here we have divide both sides by, divide through by the denominator 4. The denominator 2. So y equals what? 4 over 2 is what? 2 plus or minus, divide 4i by 2, that's 2i. So our answer there, y is equals to what? 2 plus or minus 2i. Okay? Now, what will be the value of x? What will be the value of x? Don't forget, initially we said what? We said x plus y is equals to 4. Okay? I hope you can remember that. X plus y is equals to 4. So, from x plus y is equals to 4, that gives us what? X is equals to 4 minus y. I hope you can remember that. Fine. So, for y is equals to 2 plus or minus 2i. Let us find the value of x. Let's find the value of x. For y is equals to that. Okay? We know we have obtained two values of y now. We have obtained two values of y, because plus or minus means that you are getting what? You are going to get two values of y. Okay? Which is a complex number. Each of it is a complex number. So now, that is, when y is equals to 2 plus 2i, okay, then x will be equals to what? 4 minus y is now what? Open the bracket, 2 plus 2i. So that will be what? X is equals to 4 minus 2, then minus 2i. And that gives us what? 4 minus 2, that's 2, okay, minus 2i. So when y is equals to 2 plus 2i, x equals to 2 minus 2i. So now, when y is equals to 2 minus 2i, our x will be what? X is equals to what? 4 minus y is what? 2 minus 2i. So that will give us what? X equals to 4 minus 2. The minus times minus is plus 2i. So that will be what? X equals what? 2 plus 2i. So we have gotten the values of x to be. X is equals to the first one, 2 minus 2i, comma, and then 2 plus 2i. Y is equal to what? 2 plus 2i and 2 minus 2i. So with this, we have come to the end of this interesting, linear quadratic equation. So if you enjoyed this, give it a thumb up, comment, share, and like this particular video. God bless you. Thanks. Bye.